So yes, Roots and Rumours, that won the poll, if you remember, guys, about 10 streams ago. We put up a poll, we decided together a bunch of titles for episode 1 that were most popular, and I shortlisted the best ones, and Roots and Rumours won by quite a lot. So it's very, very, very much looks similar to our old logo, because aesthetically I kind of like the pixel art look that we've got going of the logo anyway, so I just added the new title below it, and we've got episode 1 at the top, just so it clearly states that it's the first episode. Otherwise, when we get the future episodes come out, people would just get confused and wouldn't know the order of the series. So the future episodes will follow the same format, design-wise, aesthetically. Zenny-san, thank you so much for that follow. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're having a fantastic Monday. So, yes, that was 1. Oh, yes, and as you can see, we've got the fun bar thing at the bottom now, and !fund is the command. So I hope anybody coming in knows. I'm gonna just try and make that bot command a touch tidier, so that, I mean, is it all on one line for you guys? Let me have a look. Yeah, if we get rid of here, maybe it will go on all on one line. But as you can see, I've put some unique environment art for Everbloom Forest. That's kind of the one standout thing that I think would help a lot. Like right now, if we just go on, say, the website, for example, just to show it off, I absolutely love it. The good thing is we switched to tile sets, which means that any unique tile set art that we update will automatically update on tiled as well. So it's a really easy job. If it was Powlex mapping, it would be impossible, basically. The amount of work involved would just be, and I love it. So I'm not like I wouldn't like one. I don't think we'd go for a full tile set redesign, in all honesty, because that costs thousands of pounds. It's not cheap to do tile sets. I've been doing my research. But certain elements of the Everbloom Forest, I think, could do with being more unique, such as the trees, because these are the trees that are nearly in every RPG Maker game. I think they're beautiful, like gorgeous, but they are in other RPG Maker games. So we're not unique by having these trees. We have Mr. Lakefall tree, and we also have Father Maple coming up as well. So the standout assets I'd want to update, I'd want a Father Maple design, and I'd want a unique Lakefall tree, which I'd ask the artist to follow like a similar kind of like theme of that we're going for, but I just want like a unique twist to the design, so that our game can have unique trees. And there might be a few other aspects that I think could do with having a nice professional retouch, because we do use some of the default stock assets as well, even though there's a few unique things mixed in with it, but there's some stock ones there too. So if we raise enough for that eventually, then I'll be updating you guys on how that's going, and of course sharing the work with you. And there's a few other plans for future like commission work I've got in mind for doing, but it's still early days right now. Because we, like I said on my post, we have to be careful because things can get changed. We're only in pre-alpha. Until we're in the beta, things could get changed and potentially be cut and altered, so we don't want waste. So I need to like be 100% certain that these assets are gonna be in the game 100%, because it would suck to commission something and then be like, oh, we don't actually need this anymore because we kind of changed that bit, and we don't want to get ourselves in that situation. I like it. Is it okay if I suggest a slight change to the way it looks? Feel free to say no. Oh yeah, sorry, for sure, Zach. So let me know what's on your mind. For sure, like we said, this year's about taking the project more serious. So it's more. It's not just fun and community bonding anymore. It's an actual game that we want to be, something special. The word Rook's coloured brown with texture to make it look like tree bark. Just an idea. It's perfectly fine the way it is now. Yeah, I mean, who knows? Maybe, because one thing I put in the twit long is promotional materials as well. That includes the logo. I would be up for at some point getting a nice, really gorgeous like poster, like digital banner or something, with like Carol the Barrel, like a really high HD Carol the Barrel. Imagine that, with like an updated version of this logo, like a HD version of the logo even, that maybe has more high detail in it, because it's kind of a little bit out my comfort zone to do like real HD artwork, like quite a bit actually. I'm more of a minimal person with my skill set. One thing I like about the white text is that it stands out against any background, so it kind of works for this. But yes, I do think it can be, we could have a fancy version of it over time as well, for sure. And look like tree bark, yes. White was simply used just for cleanness, but I do think with the right artist, it could. I mean, I could do it, but I'm kind of like not one for. I always feel like when it comes to detail, I fail on that point. Like I say, I'm more minimal. And I don't know, a HD Carol the Barrel should be saved a spin-off date and simulating in 2026. Yeah, because, if we're on Steam eventually, we want some sort of promo that's really going to kind of stick out and catch people's eyes, that's for sure. So that would be something I'd think about eventually too. Okay, so yay, thank you for the likes. Okay, so as for the next announcement, there's one more thing, folks. This is a big one, kind of a big one. And nobody knows what it is. So are you ready? Because as soon as I open Photoshop, you're gonna see. Now, I've been spending all of this week on this, and I've not got much sleep because of it. So let's open it up. The first thing. Let's open it up. Okay, you ready, Van? Okay. We're switching to tall sprites. Every single community character's done. This is just Rose. So, yeah. yeah, every single community character's done. I haven't done the hero assets, but everybody who has a community character has a tall version of their sprite now. So cute. Look how much of a child normal Rose, current Rose looks. The one that we currently have. She looks like a little girl. So, main thing is, Raindrop Chronicles is, more of a dark fantasy with, some light-hearted, charming, humorous themes. So, aesthetically, the tall sprites just fit better than the chibi look for our game. It also is starting to separate us from the default RPG Maker look as well, which I think is important. Because I don't want to release the game and people to just do a big poop on it and be like, and judge it and be like, oh, just another RPG Maker game. Because people do say that. There's a stigma there. And I'm not ignorant of that. So I'm willing to push myself further and design unique things like this. So, oh, nice. So you've only got Rose at the moment, and this is how Carol, because Carol's obviously staying at normal size, but as you can see, there's a height difference now, and I feel like it's more realistic because barrels aren't as large as human beings. So these assets, Fiona Bookington's a child, so she'd still keep her small asset, and I think it's going to distinguish children against adults a little bit better as well. So guys, one thing we are going to do is update the stream avatars to the tall sprite characters today. I'm going to do the ones first that those of you that are here today will be getting you in first, because we're not going to have time to put everyone in. So I'm gonna do it slowly based on who comes in stream. You mean you're not giving Cow legs? I thought she was supposed to be 8 foot tall. Oh my goodness. She's gonna look cute next to these bigger sprites, right? She's more vulnerable now. We are going to grow up. Yeah, you've aged, everyone. You're not little kiddies anymore. Okay, so now switching to this. So here's Rose and all her walking animations. Now, this was it wasn't an easy job to do this, but it was possible. All it was very time consuming, because there are not a lot of assets online for tall sprites. I had to Frankenstein together a lot of stuff. There were some assets that were for tall sprites, but not much. One thing I'd probably commission in the future as well is different clothing for tall sprites, but that would be a little bit more of a later one, perhaps. But something like that will obviously make the NPCs look a bit, not all the same. But we've got quite a few different clothing. I was quite surprised actually by how many outfits I could get out of it, and there was of some of the ones I found, they fit with the current clothes that the smaller ones are wearing. So yes, in the layers here, everybody's here, and I'm going to be showing you everybody soon, so it's going to be exciting. But we're going to get everybody in stream avatars one at a time. Okay, so this is Rose. We'll get Rose in first, and then we'll slowly get the rest of you in based on who's here today. Just so you know as well, this is why I don't want to do all the stream avatars at once, because they might still get changed slightly. I have been reworking the eyes a little. I brightened up Rose's eyes, and I was surprised by how much it adds to her. And even just change some of the pixels just a touch. As you can see, I'm clicking the layer on and off, and she feels like a difference to me. I don't know what you guys think, but in the current one, she's kind of like got empty eyes, like dead eyes, compared to this one here. So this is just one eye variation. I was thinking slowly doing a variation of different eye shapes so that the NPCs don't all look the same. All the characters in the game don't look all the same. It'll give more personality to them. And like when you look at the avatars, the big faces that we use, people have different eye shapes, you know. Not everybody's got those same big eyes that are the default RPG Maker eyes. Like some people have more slitted eyes, more sly eyes. So yeah, I was thinking of doing a few different eye sets. That's why I've titled the stream as a design stream today. And did it get easy with each tool sprite you finished, or is it just naturally tedious regardless of skill? I would say it was just naturally tedious regardless of skill. In fact, the later sprites weren't any quicker to do than the earlier sprites. Once I had the sort of organised routine in place in how I did it, it was easy work, but it's just like time consuming because I have to like I had to cut off everyone's heads. I had to separate everybody's heads from their bodies and attach their heads to the bigger body, and then, you know, all the clothes and all the reshaping and all things like that, and doing it for all directions. It's, you know, definitely spent the whole week working a lot on it, that's for sure. But she looks like a grown up now. But yes, I'm for the eyes. I'm intrigued about opinions, guys. With eyes, we're gonna have a look today on some eye design, and we're gonna experiment with what eyes look good. Because I do want to get them in stream avatars, because I really want to show off these tall sprites on the stream. But not going to get all 34 characters in, because if we're just going to redo the eyes anyway, it's going to be like, we've got to do them all again. So I'm only going to do those of you that are in stream today, and put your characters on, your updated tall sprites on now. So, and that won't be as bad then. Then we'll do some eye work. These eyes are very feminine, like the shape of them. I looked at how some of the male characters look with them, and they look like so like beautiful. I was like, whoa. So yeah, we definitely need to do a few different eye shapes. And I just realised, I guess none of the players submitted characters are children. So, yeah, we don't have any I think we need more diversity in our player submitted characters. I hope that we get it over time. We don't have any people of colour either, which is very disappointing. So, what we're going to have to do is, we'll have to have some community created on stream characters that kind of make our cast a bit more diverse. Because we will be doing that together. We'll have a character NPC Lakefall human character creation stream where we sort of think of ideas together for the humans that will live in Lakefall and what their personalities are gonna be like, and that will be super fun. So we'll have an opportunity then to create a bit of a diverse cast. I mean, don't get me wrong, we've got some amazing community characters here, but we definitely want to make sure that we bring in some characters that we don't currently have as well. I like the new eyes. I agree that the extra white pixel adds. Now it does, doesn't it? Like, her eyes are very dark. Not all the eyes are like that. If I pick some brighter ones, they probably would have looked a bit more like this one, perhaps. But it's just surprising how much it adds. I was shocked because I didn't expect it to to like add so much. She just looks more like a human being, I guess, and not dead, not like a dead corpse. So yeah, the eyes themselves are not, in design, aren't much different to the original ones. These ones in particular, they're just like a slight recolouring with the white dot, and the shape is slightly, the lashes are a little bit wider. But I'd love us together to do some different eye shapes today, and maybe next stream as well, because I think it's going to be worthwhile. Something like this just would add a lot. It's like a subtle thing, and eyes aren't that time consuming to make. Like once the eyes are done, the front eyes and the side eyes, is literally just a copy and paste on an MPC on a new layer, and just a recolour based on what colour their eyes are. So once the base is there, once we've got the shape of the eye, it's just a copy and paste job onto each of the characters. And does add expression to it. Hi Sosowski, I think I butchered your name, haven't I? But Rose is famous. I know. There we go. Goodbye, bot. Goodbye. Guess what, guys? I accidentally banned someone last week because I thought they were a bot. And they messaged me that says, wow, why did you ban me? and I was like, I looked at their messages that they had sent, and honestly, they did seem a bit of a bot, because they didn't say hello, they just like typed the website address in chat, and it made me think there was a bot. So yeah, it happens. We've had a lot of bots come in recently, so it's very easy for me to, if you're new here, it's very easy for me to mistake you for being a bot if you seem a bit bottish in the way that you type in chat. Like if you haven't said hi, for example, and if you posted a link. I'm not a bot, Rose. Hi Dava, how are you doing? Dava's a bot in disguise. That's your secret, Dava. How are you doing, Dave? It's good to see you. Hope you're having a fantastic day. So, yes, so the tool sprites is only step 1 of the new character. Like something like this, I don't need to commission for the funding for the game, because it is in my comfort zone to do something like this. And I kind of like to do most things myself if I'm able to, and if time allows me to. But for anything a little bit out my skill set, or, you know, if I'm finding I need to put time elsewhere, like my time's a bit spread too much, then it's going to be really helpful, I think. And something like this, I'm quite surprised. I'm quite impressed and proud of myself. I managed to do it. The one thing that probably would, you know, if we wanted to get some more ambitious animations, it might be a little bit more advanced for me. But we'll think about stuff like that in the future. We have a year until we're going to have the alpha build ready anyway. And I think standard game dev, like you kind of can update the assets until the beta comes out, from what I'm aware, from what my knowledge tells me. It's once the beta is out that everything's done, and it's only testing bugs at that point and balancing. But if the alpha's out, things can still be changed, right, and updated. And because we're in pre-alpha at the moment, and we'll have 3 pre-alpha builds, we're looking to release 1 in the spring, 1 in the summer, and 1 in the autumn. And then end of the year, in the winter, we'll hopefully have the full alpha by that point. So we've got plenty of time to get stuff commissioned and to get some fund stuff in. So that's ultimately why I don't want to do a Kickstarter, because I know we're not ready for that as a community. It's a little bit too ambitious for our community size right now. But something like this, I think, is a little bit more possible. Hi there, hi Sangi, how you doing? It's good to see you. And plot twist, I've been a bot the whole time. I'm just playing things longer. I'm an android. You know that, don't you, chat? That's not a secret to you all. That's how I've got this perfect skin. Well, I'm just getting out of bed and just started Shadowbringers last night. How are you? Yay, Shadowbringers hype. I'm so happy you're starting it, Dava. So good. No, I'm going to say absolutely nothing. Just enjoy. And make sure you share with us what you thought of it when you finish. How you doing, Sangular? Thanks for being here, guys. It's our 200th stream today, and I did make 3 announcements because it's a special stream. We're switching from chibi sprites to tall sprites. That's one of the announcements. I've only showed everybody Rose so far. This is the comparison. We'll delete Carol. That's like the before and after. Well, the after and before. I've got it the wrong way around. She's a woman now. Rose is a woman. She's got boobs now. You know, I could would I get banned if I took the clothes layer off? Because I might need to do that sometimes if we're doing character stuff on stream. Because I'm not joking, the base underneath the clothes is very, very graphic. Like our romance scenes, we could, surprisingly, they would be quite realistic now if we wanted them to be. Vampiric android from Hungry Sounds, that's it. Hi Kung, thank you so much for the celebrations, I appreciate it. Thank you very much for being here, everybody. Okay, so yeah. Also, I've been experimenting with eyes, so we're going to do some different eyes today, and we're going to try them out on some of the different characters to see how they look, because I tested out these new Rose eyes out on one of our more masculine characters, and they looked very pretty with them, so we'll have to do some more, fierce looking eyes as well. So, okay, so for now though, I'm going to put, oh wow, there's a few of you to put in the stream avatars today. Some of you are very excited to see your tall sprites, aren't you? Yeah, so anyone who's here today, those of you that are walking across there, this stream will be put, you'll see your tall sprite today, and we'll put you in the stream avatars. They, in all honesty, look very, very loyal to their old sprite, their small sprite. The sort of style and colouring is very similar to what. So no one's going to cry and think, oh no, my character's changed. I'm kind of staying as loyal as possible to what they looked like originally. But it's surprising the difference with them. So I'm kind of proud. People will look at our screenshots now and our game and not instantly think, oh, this is 100% RPG Maker MV. The tall sprites are kind of a unique touch for sure. Not everybody uses these in their game, but you see absolutely a bazillions of games with these ones. Nothing against them, they're very cute, love them to death. And in fact, I was attached to them for a while, and I've been considering the switch to tall sprites for a number of months now. Before now, I wasn't ready to take the leap, and I wasn't sure whether we had enough clothing assets for it to be worthwhile. But I kept looking, and I found more clothes than I expected. We haven't got absolutely loads and loads, which is why, again, the funding addition to the stream will pay off for things like that too. I can design clothes myself. It's not entirely out of my comfort zone, but I can't do every single job because then other parts of the games don't get done. We'll be here till 2090. And hi Rose, how you doing? I was just lurking. Hi Handalf, how you doing? Thank you for stopping by for our special 200th stream. It's good to see you. I hope you're having a good Monday. And I don't know, I think realistic romance should be a DLC. Zex is trying to make me into EA games, ruining my morals and adding all this DLC to the game. But I'm all for a romance scenes with our characters, especially now that we've got taller sprites. It's not gonna kind of look a bit creepy, because imagine a romance scene with this character. That's kind of a bit weird, like, you know. They're so small. I mean, we could, if we wanted it to be entirely PG, it wouldn't be an issue, but if we want to make it a little bit more grown up, then these sprites just are better for that. No, not yeah, no, let's catch up with chat. I've seen other devs do it on here without removing the clothes layer, but I think it would be technically against terms of service. I find it really unfair, because for artwork, you know, you have to work on the human body, and it's kind of a bit restrictive of artists to have to be like, oh no, I better not take those clothes off, I can't, I'll be banned. But, thank you so much for the 200 bidders for the special stream. I appreciate that. Let's have some hype in chat, everybody. Thanks for the love, Handalf. I appreciate that. You're a wonderful human being. I appreciate you. Stream 200. Wow, I know. I'm going to share with you again, folks, my special twit long that I wrote earlier. It's right there on our Twitter, and it's all me rambling on just about, because it's our 200th stream, and I want to start stretching this project a little bit further. So feel free to have a peek, guys, those of you that are just coming in. The first 200 streams, it's been this game from the very early days. It was such a casual thing, like very like, oh, this isn't a big deal, it's gonna be a free game, it's gonna just be for fun, it's not a serious thing. But as time has gone on, I've realised how much time and effort I'm putting into it. Like, it's literally what I do all the time, and I'm like, well, my time's pretty valuable, and why shouldn't I see myself as a serious game dev now at this point? And it took about 100 and something streams to start realising that. Yeah, so it's nerve-wracking, but I'm ready. And look at all those raindrops over. No, you are absolutely right, Rose. It shouldn't be DLC. It needs to be microtransactions. I'll never, ever. My morals are never going to get compromised, ever. Oh yes, so the characters are now taller. Yes, indeed. We're changing style just a touch. And this is what I mean about, because we're in pre-alpha, little things will get adjusted. Like, if I feel it's going to improve the game, it's going to be more, you know, people are going to want to play it more. It's going to make it distinct from other games made on the same engine out there. Then I'm going to do it, because I want the game to, you know, do okay. You know, I'm not like expecting it to be like huge or anything, but I'd like it to do well. It's a niche game. It's definitely not something that's you know, Call of Duty that all the dude bros would play. I feel like it's definitely just a small niche audience, this, and I like that, because I'm very old school. I don't even like many modding games, really. So it's definitely going to be niche, but that doesn't mean it can't, you know, do okay, be successful. And microtransactions. I really like the tall sprite. Thank you, Sarah. I appreciate it. And you've only seen Rose so far. I've done all of you. I've done it 34 community characters. That's what I've spent this whole week doing. It's been crazy. I've not done anything else. But it's it'll help. It'll help a lot. Because this isn't a children's game. That's for sure. Okay, did I miss any chats? I guess there would be a dummy set of less explicit base layers for on stream that gets swapped out for when you make releases. Who knows? I mean, if we had like nudity in the game, would that mean nobody could stream it? Because look at games like The Witcher 3, you see butt all the time. So people stream that game. People aren't banned from Twitch for streaming The Witcher 3. So I'm a bit ignorant to how all this TOS works sometimes, because generally I'm quite a family friendly streamer, so I don't really have to think about too much. But obviously our game, we don't want to limit our creativity, and we need to kind of be aware of what's allowed and what's stretching it a bit too far to be a playable game on Twitch, because I'd love for you folks to play this game on Twitch. I wouldn't want it to be a banned game, so I wouldn't let it be a banned game. That would be bad. Wow, she's gorgeous. 34 community cats, that's a lot. Yes, I was quite shocked as well when I counted them all. But yeah, we do have 34 community characters, and luckily we're still very early days. Like when it comes to the actual game, we haven't done any NPCs other than Fiona and Nigel Buckington and Carol the Barrel and the Fruits so far, and only Nigel wouldn't need the tall sprite out of that lot, because Fiona's a child, so she wouldn't need one. So it's not really hard work at this point in time. But imagine if I'd done out all the NPCs, then we'd have all them to do as well. So that's the one benefit of still being early game. But, you know, exciting. And people do stream it. Geralt doesn't show, but he shows our salvation. They just sometimes body block things or just let go. He wouldn't be. And no, not safe for work barrel content in the game. What would be not safe for work barrel content though? I'm actually curious now. But Yennefer shows her butt right at the beginning in The Witcher 3. So I've been in streams, I watched Witcher streams where the butt's there. I streamed it myself and had her butt on my stream. And I weren't banned. It's a popular game and it's kind of just allowed, so and come on. This is like little pixel graphics. Yennefer's like a proper 3D model. Do it, LOL. So the barrels need clothing. The barrels are naked. Are we going to get banned for not having naked barrels, everyone? Imagine, like, that would be ridiculous. And not safe for work barrel content is reserved for the 10th anniversary special edition 3D disc box set. Yeah. I mean, yeah, if there was like thousands of people buying the game, then I definitely want exclusives like that. But first, we got to tempt people to play it in the first place. We could have 0 people buy this game when it comes out. Who knows? I don't know. Could have 0. So my goal this year is to actually get more of an audience for the game, and I'm going to get a mailing list on the website. I feel like that's something we need, because then you can't always guarantee people being on Twitter or on Discord when the game gets announced. So I think that will be super helpful too, because eventually we're going to have a Steam page, and we're going to want to see I'm going to want to see some people wishlist this game. Having naked barrels. Can we do fan art of the game? You can. We have a fan art channel on the Discord, folks. It's right here. We've already had Chub Cheeks do. Chub Cheeks did fan art of Oliver and of Woody. So, you know, feel free to, guys, even if it's really silly, like even if it's a stick figure, put it in the fan art channel in the Discord, guys, because I'd share it on our Twitter, even if it was really silly. Chubb thought that was really silly, but I loved it. I was like, hell yeah, but give me more. And okay, and let's catch up with chat because I think I'm behind again. I've just realised that the character looks like you. Is it based on you? It is Handalf. This character's called Rose, so she is based on me. She's not actually me because she's mute and she's an actual vampire. She's very feral and she can't speak. She just like talks like an animal. She hisses a lot. But visually and name-wise, she is inspired by me. Because if you get 1,000 raindrops in this channel, you get to fill in a submission form where you can submit your own NPC to the game, and you can base it on yourself. The options there. I kind of let people either base the character on themselves or any made-up fictional character they want, but what they can't do is name it after a copyrighted character. As long as it isn't a copyrighted character, it's all good. Oh no, naked reporters, no. I think you should just build the game as you want. Don't worry about Twitch or streams, considering how long it might take you to finish this potless exchange and all sorts of things. That's the truth. Like, it's so easy to get caught up in things and be like, oh no, but is it allowed on Twitch? Because one thing, I'll admit, that really excites me is the thought of watching people stream the game or do YouTube videos of the game. Like, that is absolutely, it blows my mind that that's even a thing. And, you know, it's very, very, I don't think there'd be a better feeling than seeing something like that. So for that reason, I would never want it to get banned. But at the same time, you're right, Van, you always should stick to your vision, because who knows, Twitch might shut down in a year. We don't know, do we? Which is ultimately why you know, if that ever happened, I'd just switch to YouTube and we just stream on YouTube instead. There's always another way. And people might stream this elsewhere, like Facebook, where things seem even more lax. Oh yeah, Facebook, I forget about that because I never use Facebook, but it is a streaming site now, isn't it? Pretty crazy. And who knows, maybe soon we'll start getting some fanfics too. Yeah, write the fanfics. Fan art, fanfics, go for it, guys. That sort of stuff just excites me loads. Feel free to do a fanfic of Carol the Baron the hero, and you never know, your fanfic might come true. If I'm impressed by it enough, I might make it an actual scene in the game, or a sort of, you know, be inspired by it while making a scene in the game. Oh my god, little pixel Rose, oh my god. Hi Screaming Cheese, how you doing? It's so good to see you. Maybe the small sprites could be children. They will be, yes, because Fiona Buckington is a child, but you wouldn't have known it, would you, folks? Because she's the same height as the other sprites, because I think she's a couple of pixels shorter, but the difference is so small that you cannot tell her apart from the other sprites. So one thing I do like about the tall sprite switch is the fact that children in the game now are more obviously children. You know, it's very clear. And Fiona Buckington will keep her short sprite because she's a child. So, and from the ideas you guys have had for Carol's past, how her parents died, we're going to have lots of children in this game. There will be definitely some children NPCs. Wait, are you saying you aren't mute? Why do you say so soon? I've been reading your lips for the last year. Because Small Rose looks just a tad taller than the barrel. Yeah, she does. Like, they're 48 by 48 pixel assets, and Carol kind of really fills up the space. She's a thick barrel. And you know, I think, yeah, Rose is just a touch taller. But yeah, one thing, like, she's more in proportion now, right? I like that they're actually in proportion now, because the bodies are so small, and for children they're perfect, but for adults, you know. Okay, so what are we gonna do now? So we're not all done yet. There's still a few little changes we're still making to the tall sprite even now. I'm looking into making some eye variations for different characters to make them very distinct from each other, so not everybody's got the same eye shape. So these are going to be Rose's new eyes. I think it adds a lot to her character and expression, and we're going to do some other shapes for the rest of you. Some might have the same eyes as Rose, but others will probably have different shapes, so we're going to have a play around. But I'm going to get those of you that are here now into stream avatars, so we can actually have a proper look at all the tall sprites. Well, not all. Well, I'll probably show them all off, but we'll prioritise those of you that are here now. I'm excited. Yeah, you see a difference. Looks really good for sure, and that's the goal, you know. Not that it looked bad before, but we're always looking to. The goal of this year, while we're working through the pre-alpha and up to the official alpha release at the end of next year, is all about it's all going to be about polishing and just making it an awesome game. And polishing includes asset updates and retouches and extra details and all that, I think. So let's get Rose in first. But we'll do her with the old eyes first. I'm not going to get all 34 characters in because they're all going to have updated eyes anyway, so it's just going to be a waste of time to do all 34 characters. But I want to do those of you that are here just because it'd be nice to have you there walking across the screen, and it won't be too bad to just have to update those of you that are here. But there's quite a few of you here, more than I expected, but no problem at all. We want to show off those sprites. Cute, yay. Okay, folks. Also, how freaky is this? Don't have nightmares. Because one thing I did notice was, while doing the eyes, was that I needed to kind of tidy up the skin around them a bit as well. But that wasn't too bad to do. Okay, because there's a few, I noticed as I zoom in, I'm very fussy, there's a few messy sprites that I don't think belong there. A few messy pixels, sorry. So I'm kind of just giving them a smooth over. Gotta have that attention to detail. It's not as bad as Meryl Nightmare Fuel. What was the Meryl Nightmare Fuel again? I completely forgot. How could I forget anything to do with Meryl? She's amazing. Okay, so with the stream avatars things, the setup of the sprite sheet is a little bit different. I don't think it's going to be too bad, so I'm going to find where I put these. I've got to turn on the stream avatars to look for the folder, and I don't want it because I love seeing you all walking across. But we'll get you back in a sec. I don't exactly remember either, I just remember that I really, really didn't like it. But you love Meryl. You ship Meryl and Axel. And for those that don't know, Meryl is Carol's sister. She's a barrel too, and she wears a pink bra. And Axel is the love of Meryl's life. He's an oil drum and he's a greaser. He's a bad boy. We haven't designed Axel's character design yet because he's only been mentioned in name. He's not been in the game. So it's still a question mark what he's going to look like. Okay, so I found the folder. I'm going to just, I can connect again for a bit. Are you all excited to see what your tall sprites look like? Okay. The stream avatars folder is the destination of its like really super confusing, but I'll find it. Okay. When we get Rose in, this is the Rose stream avatar sprite. She's gonna look so like everybody's mother. She's gonna be everybody's mom. She's gonna be like taller than everyone for a little bit until we get you all in. So we'll hide those eyes for a bit and we'll temporarily flatten. So we don't actually use the whole walk cycle. Oh wow, they don't even fit. Oh no, hang on, stream avatars, you better let us use big sprites or I'm gonna scream. I haven't had a chance to research this, I just took it for granted. Hang on. Zen, thank you so much for joining the Discord. Welcome. Let's Google this. Stream avatars. When I was in someone's stream the other day, they had very tall stream avatar sprites. We'll figure out a way around it, even if there's a limit. There's no way I am deleting stream avatars. Never. It's the best thing on the stream. Doesn't say. Here we go. Okay, the original image may be any resolution as long as the file size, yeah, that's fine. Steam community will automatically resize the image to a square. 184. Okay, I think it's got to just be a square then. I think that's just the dimensions that need altering then. So let's just measure the sprites. This is going to be a bit of a, you know, getting everything ready stream. but it's going to be fun. I'm excited to see the tall sprites on stream. So, Old Rose is 90 pixels tall. New Rose is 114. So, 114 times 5. I've got to get a calculator now. So it's got to be 570 long and 342 wide. No way, can't, surely no. She wouldn't need to be that big. I must have misunderstood. Must have counted wrong. 100. Oh. That's why. I did the wrong thing. I measured the zoom, the doubled size. That's why I'm missing that. She's really 56 pixels. That's her real height. I'm gonna say. So, yeah, I completely calculated it all wrong. So, 56 times 5, it's 280. Times by 168. That's better. That's better. Now, I'm going to get a grid. The grid we needs to be... That's exactly what we need for the stream avatar. So just hide that. So we only need the front facing one, this one and the one of the, yeah, we only need 4 of these sprites. So at least that's not too bad. Why is a head cut off? I thought I measured right. Oh my gosh, this is why I need to nap. We're 1 pixel off. That's so weird because I did measure it and it said 56. Yeah, she's 56 and I did calculate that correctly. Must have not. Let's do it again. 56 times 5. 280. Yeah, that's what's there. Yeah, that's right. That's weird. I blame Photoshop. The grid is like exactly how we want it, so that is weird. We'll get them all in first and see what's gone wrong after. Sometimes weird things happen like this and you're like, what's all this about? I don't even understand. Why are we 1 pixel short? Okay, that's why. I completely didn't register that pixel is actually 1 pixel taller, but it makes sense now because the walking sprites, they go down by 1 pixel, and I remember that when I was putting my clothes on them, coming to think of it. So that means we have to add 5 there and there. I changed the grid size though now. I can't believe I've only shown rows so far. And there's 34 to show off. But I'm glad that Stream Avatars will let us do this, because I was a bit concerned at one point that it wouldn't let us put sprites in this big, and that would be awful. Be the worst. So we just need the walking this way one, and that goes on the second row, and that's it, because we don't need the others, because the streamer avatars only has, you know, it only shows front facing and walking one way. Well, it actually, they walk both ways, but for some reason I think the tool flips the character, so that does mean Rose has a scar on both sides on that, but who cares? Well, I just realised that the name Bookington is from being an innkeeper because you book a room to stay at an inn. Yes, because we very early on came up with the names for some of the NPCs in Lakefall, and that is true. That is why we did what we did with Nigel. It wasn't just a name given for no reason. There was a reason. There was a purpose. I suppose it could also work that he's, you know, a bit of a nerd for books, a bit of a bookworm as well, if we wanted to have it, give it a double meaning. I think we are going to put a bookcase in there. Yeah, that's the order. I'm going to memorise this because then I can work quicker and I won't take forever getting these in. But yeah, I'm only going to get in those of you that are here today. Because we'll be working on new eyes. And I'll need to put in again and again and again. Okay. There. Have I got... Right, because I'm setting up this template, I just want to 100% make sure I've got the base right for Rose, and then with all the rest of you, I can just overlay it and it'll be easy then. But I just want to make sure everything's aligned properly, because we don't want the walk cycle to look weird. I think that's it. We'll have to test a walk to make sure she looks okay, and if she does, we'll do the rest of you one at a time. Whoever, you know, whoever's here, because there's quite a lot of you here right now, so that have characters, so I'm going to just do active chatters first. That's what we'll do. That's fair. Okay, so we're done. Let's flatten that. So this will should update straight away to the stream avatars if we do it this way. I don't think she's going to just pop up and update though. I think we might have to disconnect first. So let's have a look. There she is. Okay, should we test? Should we test Rose? Okay, she's in. And she's everybody's mummy. She's taller. Okay, so I'm gonna look at stream. See how it looks on Twitch. Yeah, and I'm glad that she's still there's still room for the name above the head. So let me just test. Okay, let me see if I can, I wonder if I can bring that down just a touch so that it's not like too close to the edge, because I'm the first part, so. I might have to test again and put my name again because it's disappeared now. Gotta dash. I'll try to stop by before the end of stream. Otherwise, see you later. Stay safe, chat bros. Take care, Sexy. Thanks for hanging out. Yeah, and if you stop by again, then maybe you'll see your character too. Thanks for hanging out. Need to put my Sprite on a mug. Yeah. One day we're gonna get a store with everybody in there. Eventually, for sure, because we do already have a store, and we have a couple of like fruit t-shirt designs and masks with the fruits on. But one day, you know, when time allows me, we'll be going bonkers with the store and having everything in there. Oh, that's too small now. It's gone tiny. Can we have it like that? Why is it so far above the head? You're gonna just see a load of me doing hype emotes in chat while I test this. Okay, so I like the bigger name. We'll keep the big name. But we might have to just edit the overlay just a bit to make up for the extra space. So it isn't like super close to the border. So we'll do that now. Hype! She's like everyone's mommy. Okay, so stream overlay, here we go. It's going to come in, here we go. Let's get rid of the grid. All we need to do is just make this a bit longer. Pixels. I think that should be enough. Copy the layer style. Moo, hi Stay Thirsty, how you doing? It's good to see you. Hope you're having a good Monday. Everyone hanging out here, thanks for being here with me for my 200th stream of Raindrop Chronicles. Okay, so it's already updated automatically. I see that that we're not too close now. The names aren't super close anymore. Huzzah! Easy. That didn't take too long. Now it's for the rest of you. Looking at the time, I'm absolutely horrified. How is it already 5:30? We might not even get time to do the eyes today. We probably all we'll get time for is getting you guys in the stream avatars. So I'm going to show everybody off by the end. So for Wednesday's stream, in fact, we'll make it this week. We'll focus on making some unique eyes and chatting about different kind of eye shapes we might want for you guys, and we'll look at the different face sets and kind of think of some shapes from those, because some of these characters, they've got such like tiny eyes, so we'll have to make some small eye versions. I think the variations will be really cool for our NPCs, making them unique and stuff. So we'll do that on Wednesday, and then maybe the week after we'll go back to story suggestathon stuff, and because that's always fun to do. We have to as well finish off the dialogue for main quest 1 and 2. But you know, it's not a rush for me to hurry up and do that dialogue for the scenes right now, because I want to make sure all the hero sprites are turned into tall ones. I'll be working on that off stream, and it's going to be a while until I update those hero assets properly as well. I'm going to be messing about with the custom hero creator and seeing if there's a more efficient way for updating custom hero sprites as well, to save me time in the future. So you too, yay. Okay, So we're going to do Dave next, because Dave was the last one that spoke in chat. We'll do it like that. The last person who's been active in chat is how we'll approach it. So you're ready to see Dave, everybody? Okay, so let's unflatten this layer. Oh gosh. We're back to the nightmare fuel. There we go. That's Rose we know head, everyone. But it's a lot easier because I've got the sprites on different layers now. I've got one layer for the head, one for the body, and one for the clothes. So it's just a lot easier to, like, if I see an outfit that I think I will just do an edited version of that outfit for a new character. I can just copy and paste the clothes layer. It's not attached to the character like it was before. So it just allows us to be a bit more flexible eventually when it comes to anything we want to do with the sprites. Looks good. I was, yes. So, and then as it stands, Van and then Kung. But we'll see, because by the time we've done Dave, someone else might be here. So whoever's active will what we'll do. So, Rose, hide. Okay, so Dave, here you are. Now, he's hiding at the moment, so we can't compare him. There he is. So you just got a bit, you look a bit more bulky in your armour now, Dave. You're all grown up. Okay. Let's get you in. Now this shouldn't be too bad now that we've got Rose there as a base. Oh, why didn't we? I'm just honestly shocked how fast today's gone, but then I remember I spent the first hour just talking and doing nothing. And I was late for stream today as well. There we go. Done. See, that didn't take as long that time. I think we'll get you all in before we end stream today. So, disconnect. We have to do one thing within the tool settings. Connect again. There we go. You're tall now as well. Look at all the smaller ones. And also small. Okay, so Van's next then. Tall is good. I didn't even check Rosie's walk and make sure she weren't like all wonky or anything, so let me just check. Seems fine. So I aligned them correctly, that's good. And you know, there might be a few little bits and bobs that aren't 100% perfect with them that, you know, could be, and I'm talking just a few little pixel errors here, but when that time comes, whenever they're in the game, whenever we officially add the characters to the game, if there's any perfecting work to do, we'll do it. But for now, you know, we got them you're there. So sorry, we'll have to let young ones are not cooperating. No problem, Kung. That's fine. You'll get your avatar in if you're lurking. Because I'm just looking at who's walking across here, and anyone who's currently here on the stream is going to get their avatar updated. Okay, so. $54 raindrops. Hype. Okay. Van. Van is next, and we'll have Kung after Van. Unless someone else comes. Thank you, Ringo, for the follow. I appreciate that. Welcome to the stream. Anyone who's coming in here for the first time that's new, we're celebrating our 200th stream today, and we are making a few visual upgrades concerning sprites this week. We've switched from small to tall sprites. Really big deal, this switch, because the current sprites that we have are the default RPG Maker sprites visually, and gives our game a bit of a unique little edge having them be tall. It also fits better with our tone, our game's tone as well, and more detailed clothes there's never a fail with that. It's nice to see some detailed outfits. Look how grown up he looks now compared to before. I look dashing as ever, I say. While you were laying the sprites out and Rose was still underneath, it looked like I was wearing you as a cape. Yeah, did it? It's funny, isn't it, when they go on top of each other? It's like when Rex goes behind someone, they look like they've got wings. He looks good, yeah. Yeah, and I know you said you wanted to have a play around with him. You wanted to see some outfits from him, so I'll send over a layered PSD if you do want to have a mess with him. I mean, that is if you'd like to. Okay, so we'll... But don't forget, we'll be updating the eyes as well. So if you want, I'll hold off until we've given him some eyes that we like. But we'll do that together, guys, because I want feedback on good eye shapes. Because eyes are they're not very hard to design because they're such a small area, but you'd be surprised by what a difference just a few little pixel changes can do to the shape of an eye. And we might get lots of different shapes, more than we think, out of eyes, and it'll be fun to see what each of the characters look like with different eye types. We'll decide together which characters suit which eyes, and then when we finally make the Lakefall NPCs and do their assets, we'll do the same for them too. I think what we'll do is we'll start off making them in the RPG Maker generator, maybe. I mean, I'm not sure now. I might just Frankenstein them in Photoshop. That'll probably be easier, to be honest. Like, because I can get the generator hairstyles on separate layers, so we might not even need to use the in-engine character generator anymore. Probably save time not to. Especially if we're doing different eyes and things and tidying up the face, the skins. Oh, you want to do new? Oh, weren't you here when I announced that as well? Look, I'll show you now that you're here. We'll show you on Rose first. These are Rose's new eyes. But, you know, we might do a few new shapes as well, and, you know, different eyes will look better on different characters, but she just looks much more human with the new eyes. She's a bit like, it almost looks like she has no eyes, like they're dead. She's a corpse like that, but it brings so much life to her like that. So, I mean, I'll have to put her in the stream avatars again, obviously, once we've got the eye upgrade. But it's going to probably take us the rest of the week to finish the eyes anyway, and like have an idea which ones we want. And I wanted to get the tall sprites in today, at least for those of you that are in stream. Not all 34 of you, because we'll be here forever. But for those of you that come and hang out, I'll prioritise getting your sprites in, just so we can show off the tall sprites on the stream. And it looks cool. But of course, not everyone will be put into stream avatars, because we're going to be redoing the eyes anyway, which it's probably better for time to put everybody in, every single one of you, all 34 of you, once we've done the eyes as well, once everyone's got their eyes. How would they look on a Shara? Yeah, let's have a look. But, you know, surprisingly, I mean, it's quite freaky, because these eyes are very feminine, this particular set. So we'd want some more rugged looking and more fierce and sly looking ones as well, and we'll make a few. We'll decide together where we should put the pixels to do different eye shapes next stream, and I think that'll be quite fun to do. So let's get a Shari to see. So this is a Shari's old eyes, and that's him with these. Look how like girly he looks. It's wonderful. He looks like a pretty lady. He's very so they add a lot, you know, of personality. Just then the new update does. I think it's that white little dot that make all the difference. Eyes are one of the most expressive parts of a face, so it makes sense that small changes make a big difference. Yeah, especially on these pixel characters, because the eyes are the biggest feature. You know, eyes are literally everything. They're very anime in how they've already got eyes and not any mouths or noses. He looks pretty good, yeah. And hi, Manjaro, how are you doing? Welcome to the stream. Hope you are doing well. So whether we go for that set of eyes for a Sharu or what, we'll decide together what's going to suit the characters best, because I intend to do several shape sets, so that each of the characters in our game look distinct from each other. That way not everybody's got the same face anymore, because it kind of makes everyone look like clones of each other. So it's gonna go a long way, and I'm excited. So these are just the girly eyes, this particular set. And of course we'll do some recolours of them. We'll do some brown versions, green versions, and that as well, because not everybody's got blue eyes. Okay, so let's carry on getting him in. Oh, you kind of saw Daniel there. Sneak peek of Daniel, but Try Kids isn't even here, so he hasn't even got to say. But yeah, I do want to show all of them off, actually. Before we go, I think we'll do that. We'll send off the 200 stream by having each of them on the screen for at least 6 seconds. that's what we'll do. But I'm intending to do like a proper video tweet showing off all the characters, and I think that'd be a really cool thing to do. So look out for a special tweet showing off everybody's walking cycles. And yeah, I do think making his eyes pop a little more is a good idea, and the rest of it. All these little things you only really start to notice when you really, like I said recently, I've become more serious about the game, right? In the last few months. And obviously that's the reason why I've started funding on stream as well. I don't expect to get the funds overnight, but it's a gradual thing, you know, it'll help. Over time. And it's things like that, like you start to notice things, you think, hang on, why are the characters like that? And I started seeing things, like I started looking at the chibis and thinking, you know, it'd be pretty cool if there were more in proportion, and it suited the tone of our game a bit better, because this is a mature fantasy. You know, so many pros to the taller sprites. And then I was like, hang on, the eyes are a bit dead, let's just brighten them up a bit. My attention to the detail is just like, when you start to care and become more invested in things like that, you start to want to polish it more, you know. And you have to pick and choose. Like, I'm only one person, so I have to pick and choose what I'm going to do and what I'm going to leave behind and think that'll do. But this particular thing, I think, is so, like, visuals, characters, and one of the key things about Raindrop Chronicles is going to be the characters, right? They're all going to be unique, interesting characters with really cool stories to tell. I feel like characters and story and the lore aspect of the game are like the key standout things, as well as the romance system, of course. So all those things are worth it to enhance. And okay, so where were we? Now, we'll get a Sharo in. We've got to get a Sharo in before we end for today. There's still a few of you here to do. I don't know if we're going to get everyone finished today, considering streams, because I do want to show all of them before the end. Oh, here we go. But what we'll do, we'll spend the rest of this week doing the, you know, getting the eyes done, and lots of different eye shapes for everyone, and different races will have different eye shapes. Like, for example, those beautiful bright eyes of roses, for example, won't look right on a reptile. So different races will have different eyes. And we'll do that on Wednesday, maybe on Friday if we feel we need to push it a bit further. And in between that, I'll also update people's stream avatars as well, those of you that are active in the chat, because even though we've got 34 characters, there's probably there's probably only about 10 of you that are very active, that come in the stream on a daily basis or a weekly basis. So that's not so bad. I don't mind getting some of you in on the stream avatars, and having to redo you and put you in again once the eyes are done. Every 200 streams of characters get a head taller until they start getting creepy looking. Imagine. The good thing about RPG Maker is that there's no restrictions with the sprite size, so that is a big relief, because it would kind of suck if they were like, you can only have 48 by 48 characters. But yes, so we'll focus on the character art this week, And next week we'll hopefully go back to some story suggest-a-thon, because I think there's still a lot to develop for episode 1's story. And I know we have a lot of fun doing that and getting creative, and those story streams and idea streams will happen on a regular basis constantly throughout development. Those will never end, and we'll just do other stuff in between, stuff like this, game development stuff, dialogue stuff, scene stuff, battle stuff when the time comes, when I'm not doing any I'm not touching any battle stuff or skills stuff until the scene work is done and perfected for this first build, because I'd be spreading myself too much and it'd be a big mess, a big jumble. So anything like that, the battle stuff is the last job. So we're planning March for the release of the first purple build, so we're not gonna probably get to the battle stuff until the new year, if that's the last job. So for the rest of the year it'll all be a mixture of visual stuff and dialogue stuff and scene stuff, as well as, you know, the odd story idea stream or two. Just walk back in. What did I miss? Me rambling on. I can't even remember what I've said. Feel free to look at the VOD though, because I have been rambling on a lot of stuff. Hi Codra, how you do? It's so good to see you. They're looking very good, yeah. And they're only halfway done. Like, right, these tall sprites, because like they've not got the eyes, and when the eyes are done, they're gonna just look so much better. Like, I feel like having them be tall is an improvement in itself. But then with the eyes, it's like, you know, even more, pushing it even more. So it's very exciting. So I think your Van's character's Steam avatar is ready now. Looking at that. I like to double check that they're aligned properly, because otherwise we'd have a wonky walk and that wouldn't be good. So we'll get Isharu done. So the fun system is the first announcement, and the tall sprites is the tall sprites was actually the third announcement. The second one was the new logo for episode 1, Roots and Rumours. And this current one is a simple, like, pixel art version that basically resembles our original logo very slightly, but you know, one day when we get promo materials done, I might even get a HD version of that commissioned. But that would be in the future when we get some proper when we get enough, because you know we don't know how much money we'll get for this project. It's impossible to tell. We could get hardly any, or we could get more than we expect. It's a question mark right now. But I'm always going to do whatever is first. I'm going to prioritise things, like most important things. And I feel like the extra environment art for Everbloom Forest, particularly the tree replacement, is key. Because those trees we currently have, although they're absolutely gorgeous, they are very common tree assets used in a lot of projects. And I don't want people looking at Raindrop Chronicles and being like, oh, it's those trees again. So we want to kind of stand out. But what I will do, I'm gonna make sure they're equally as gorgeous. I'm gonna make sure we get good pixel artists, and that it just enhances the map more. And we'll get a Father Maple tree design done as well at the same time, because you know, and Father Maple is going to be quite an ambitious asset for myself to create, because he's going to be so evil looking. He's going to be pure nightmare fuel, that guy, and you know, I'm going to get super creative in my thoughts with him. We'll get super creative together. Oh, cool. And hi, and good, thanks. Just submitted my Vagabond Game Jam game last night. So tired, lol. Oh, that's awesome. How did that go? Oh my god, it literally slipped my mind that it was that game jam. Is it over now? Is it all done and over with? How exciting though, because I've been like literally working non-stop on getting the tall sprites done, and my mind's not been anywhere else. And these sprites are gorgeous. Thank you, Coda. They've really gone through a bit of an upgrade, haven't they? And shakes his butt. Welcome back, Tox. So I've just saved Vans. So I'm going to disconnect. I think Vans is all we've got time for, but before we leave today, I want to show every single sprite off to you all, of all the others. And then next stream, we'll update the rest of you that are active, and we'll work on eyes. So we'll get the map. Let's look at Tall Ashari, should I say. There we go. We're slowly getting everyone in. It's funny looking at Kung, Rex and Radu now, because they're like children. They're children. And it was good, but oh my god, I had such a creative block for half of it. I'm still proud of what I did. Yeah, you should be. I'm gonna have a nosy when I can. If I mean, I don't know what the rules are, but if you can share it, feel free to post it in our Creative Work Discord channel if the rules allow that. Baby ready, right? So now we gotta show everybody off before we leave today. We have to. So hopefully I'm not gonna get called for dinner just yet. Okay, so here's me. I'm going to zoom in now. I'm going to zoom in so we can get a proper look. So you've seen me. I'm going to do it in order of how it is on the Lore Bible. That's kind of how I've presented it. So all the playable characters first, in order of when they were submitted, back when this project began. So then now it's Mordecai, the sorcerer, Canon, the knight, womanizing elf, who has a very punky hairstyle. Naomi, the diplomat. Finch, the herbalist. Legion, the gunner. Emeralise, the chronomancer. John, the druid. Tristan, the dragon tamer. Cryas, the summoner or occultist, because Zexy hasn't made up his mind yet. Asharu, the priest. Daniel, the duelist. Oh, getting all up. Radu, the elemental blade master, I believe. Yes, I think I got it right. Rex, the baddie, the reptile baddie. The cleric, optional playable character. Look, feel free to look through the VOD if you didn't get a proper glance at them, and pause it if you want, because I want to get them all shown. King Dolos, he's got a more fancy cape now, more king-like. Prime Minister Traitorio. Lyobos. Oh gosh. Otsuyo. These are the NPCs now. Lavender. Dava. Use, he's a merchant. Jack, the merchant as well. Boko, the baddie. Catherine, a potential Lakefall NPC. Joe Boy. Lyalandra, that's Kung. Slightly different hunter outfit, but very, very similar. There's a slight, you know, might be some slight adjustments with some. Azrael. Adoring Fan. Thacia. Poppy. Rose's copycat. Look, Ray do right, grow up, hello. Neffel. Now his eyes, I've kind of got rid of the pig black mask guy, but those eyes might change when we adjust him. But he looks very fearsome. Oracle, the Oracle. Scaly. Winter. Very forest green dress. I love it. Okay, so you've seen them all. So as you can see, there's not really much difference with how they look visually compared to the small sprites. I've tried to stay very, very loyal to their original asset. So, yes. The new sprites look wonderful. Thank you, Rex. I appreciate the kind words. And let's catch up with chat. So, Raid is tiny. Baby lizard. Yeah, we're gonna have a baby lizard. The baby lizard will have to be an original asset more than likely, unless we can scour the net for something that could work and find something, because he's like a newborn or very close to a newborn, this baby lizard we got. Though there could be some reptile children out there, and I like that the idea that we can have children now that don't look the same as the adult sprites. And Vagabond will put up a blog post up soon with all the games. Oh, that's awesome. I'll definitely have to see that. Though I do wonder, do reptile children have full grown wings, or do they grow in later? Something to discuss in the lore for sure. I think I'd like to spend some time together on streams, coming up with some really nice lore ideas too, but that kind of happens when we talk about the story ideas naturally, because we had the idea of like tail and wing amputation being a horrible thing for reptiles as well, and that was wonderful lore. So yeah, that's something to think about too. If so, we'll have to make them little mini wings for the children reptiles. And seeing Jack the Merchant Wolf in a suit. Oh, is that guy from Wolf of Wall Street? LOL, that's funny. And thanks for hanging out, guys. I've had a fun stream. Thanks for being here. And yeah, things have changed, you know. Things, you know, no longer got the short sprites. We've got a proper official logo for the episode 1 now, and potential commissions in the future if we're lucky, if we're lucky enough to get that. So I'm going to send us over to some peeps now. Pass the love on. So I'm going to put a trivia in chat though first before we raid. As you know, guys, trivia will 9 out of 10 times happen at the end of stream. So if you're here at the end of stream, you'll get more chance of climbing up that leaderboard. What is Carol often called humans? Flesh bags, that is correct, Van. And as for anyone who's new here, that if you're not sure of the answers to our trivia when we do, we have a lore Bible. And all the answers are on the lore Bible. So feel free to get nerdy. Feel free to get nerdy. Okay, we're going to raid Guysicle because it's his birthday today. So I definitely think that we should go there. Get him ready, get him tabbed up. This might be an idea for babies. Oh, thank you, Van. I'll make sure to put that link up. Keep that open and have a look at that. Ooh, that sounds, they're really cute. Even if we edit them just a touch, just to give them a unique sort of look, they're a really good base to go off with babies. Oh my gosh, I'm excited now. So Wednesday's stream at Sprites. Let's say happy birthday to Guys Cult, really good friend, and fantastic human being. So go say hi, and we'll be back on Wednesday, and we'll be working on making some eyes together. And I want your help, chat, because you know, we want lots of different eye types. We don't want to fall short, because we want to have a really diverse range of characters in this game with different looks, and I think making the use of different eye shapes is going to really help to get some unique looking characters and make them distinct. So I'll see you on Wednesday where we'll do that. Free to use for commercial too, that's great, because it's always important to check those rules, because you never know, and that's fantastic. Okay, so off we go then, guys. I will see you all on Wednesday. Thank you for so much for hanging out. Take care, everyone. Bye bye.